Hey there folks, how's it going today? So what are we doing? Today you and I are hanging out on TH13 and looking at a very popular trophy pushing or legends base that in fact iTzu built himself. This base right here he put out a few weeks ago, and basically in the video he stated that this was the third best or the top 3 best legends base in the world because he used that base and that's the spot that he achieved in the world rankings in Clash of Clans. This is an unbeatable base. Basically he's saying. So today you and I are going to break down this base. We're going to take a look at exactly why it's strong. We're going to look at an attack that tripled this base and break it down, give you a replay, all of the pro tips, and that's getting started right now. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Nemo. Welcome to another Clash of Clans video where we're going to destroy this base. That's right, we're going to wreck it, destroy it. Well, to be honest with you, this base is actually really good. Like I told you before, this is iTzu's base. He built it and basically put it out a few days ago, or maybe a week ago, on his channel, showcasing it, saying that he got to number 3 spot in the world in Clash of Clans with this base defensively. He's basically saying that this is the best base. Now when he says that, that means that everybody's gonna start using this base. So you're gonna start coming across it in legends, you're gonna start coming across it in wars, clan war leagues, everywhere, right? I mean, and it is a very strong base. Let's not kid anyone, this is a very good base. I took the exact link that he put out in his video, which by the way I will link in the description of this one if you want to check it out. I took the exact base link, copied it, and then we started breaking this base down and seeing how we can hit it, right? Because you're gonna be facing this base, so hey, why not learn how to do it? And right here in this video today we're gonna do that. We're gonna teach you how to break this base down, an attack strategy that has worked, because like I said, this is a very good base and a lot of attack strategies did not work. We tried a lot of different stuff. We hit this base in many different ways to try to see how we can crack it. And this strategy right here, miners and hogs hybrid, of course, is a very popular attack strategy too, which is great. That means that you can carry it in your arsenal or in your attacks as let's say you're doing your legends hits or whatever. If you come across this base, you know, this type of an attack is very popular. You can hit other bases with it. It's a good thing. So today we're going to show you how to crash this base. We're going to show you how this attack works very well if run properly, and we're gonna do all of that. But before we do, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, come on down to our Twitter and our Discord. A lot of exciting stuff going on there, like for example crushing iTzu bases. You don't want to miss out. Turn the notification bell on, make sure you're ready there for the next video that we come out with, which is by the way daily at 7:45 in the AM. So let's take a look at this base. Very good base. Recess Town Hall, right? We have a center clan castle in here. We got a lot of expos, and then those scatter shots, those 2 scatter shots right in the center, really tough to get to. They can break down a Lalo very easily. They can break down dragons very easily, right? Any kind of attack really that you're running, like you got to make sure that those scatter shots are taken down. Single infernos around the base, spread across. Of course we have with Eagle Artillery behind that single inferno down there on the south. This is a very good base. Spread heroes. I mean, this is a really nice base. So how are we going to take that down? Well, Cam from the Scrappy Wizards is going to show us how to triple this base. Take a look. Now of course, like I said, this is a very difficult base, so this might not go your way. So make sure that you're looking at this attack and learning from it. Today we're going to do that together. It's a very tough base, so you might not exactly get the same results. So make sure that you're ready for whatever comes your way with this base, so to speak. But Cam here is going to bring a miner hog hybrid attack, right? We're going to have if you notice, we have a blimp in here as well. We have 5 healers and a whole bunch of miners and hogs. We got a couple of rages. We got freezes and 2 heals. So we got a baby dragon, of course, with the coconut loon in the front, and that's of course to pull all of the traps to make sure the baby dragon stays alive, and then the healers stay alive behind the queen. It's very important for you to do that, right? You want to keep the healers. They're like, the queen is the star of the show, and the healers are there to help her. You want to keep them. So it's okay to, you know, kind of waste a couple of loons to make sure that happens. Send in one wall breaker and then 4 or 5 right behind it to break through the wall. Freeze the single inferno to make sure the queen keeps walking through it. It doesn't die. As you can see, the healers are still raged and we're getting into the base. What are we doing? We're basically cutting out a funnel here. That's the idea when you're running this type of an attack at any base, really. Specifically this one, we want to make sure, I'm going to pause this for a second. Notice that he's raging the queen again, making sure that she stays alive, because like I said, she has a lot of value. She's gonna go in there, she's gonna make sure she cleans that whole entire part out, get some key heart of the base defenses out, and provide the narrow runway, or at least one side of it, to your miners and the hogs. Your miners and hogs need to make sure they're focused and get into the base so they can get into the heart and start taking it out. Those scatter shots, you do not want to be hanging around them for too long, because they're going to take down whatever is around them. So you want to get them down. So a nice narrow path or runway for miners and hogs right into the heart of the base. You're also able to lay down your heals a lot more effectively, because they can cover more miners and hogs, and it's easier to predict, and on and so forth. So you definitely want to do that. As you notice, the other side of this, right, we have another side. We have the single inferno on the other side with the eagle artillery, and again, that's going to be cleaned out a bit to make sure that the runway is in the base, right? So that's what we're doing. The queen did her job. I mean, it would be good to, of course, pull the clan castle here as well. I want to make sure we get that down, because that could be an issue. That could be an issue for your miners and the hogs. We have 3 ice golems come out of the clan castle, and immediately we lay down the king in the south. That king is going to provide the funnel from the other side. He's going to carve out that whole space, so we have that runway that I was telling you about earlier. So the queen's doing well. She's going to be dealing with the clan castle. All right, that's pretty good. No problem. Now we have the king, who is dealing with the royal champion, which is an extra plus, and all of those buildings. I'm going to pause this for one more second again. Why? Because now we have that runway that I was telling you about. Look at this. Where we're going? We're going directly into the single inferno, the eagle artillery. We have the 2 wizard towers, and then the heart of the base right down there. So what's happening really at this point is we have that runway. You know that the miners and the hogs, they're going to go nowhere but there. So what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to put your grand warden behind there along with the royal champ, and then maybe even a blimp at this point to get in to the base and get in deep, because the idea is you don't want your miners and the hogs to try to get to the town hall. Notice where the town hall is at this point, right? The queen, yeah, she'll probably get to it eventually, maybe, who knows, but realistically that's not the key here. Your miners and the hogs, they're gonna get the, you know, that single inferno, they're gonna get the wizard towers, we're gonna get all of that, maybe the clan castle itself, maybe the scatter shot, who knows, but they're not gonna go as far as the town hall. Your blimp, and then you have two yetis in there with the Valk. That is what's going to get the town hall. That's what you're doing. You're saving that rage and the blimp, because the blimp is going all the way to the town hall. And when you're sending the miners and the hogs and everything else into the base with the royal champion, the grand warden, and the blimp behind, it's gonna stay alive long enough to get all the way over there. It's gonna have no problems getting to the town hall, and that's the idea here. At this point, you're going to be sending the blimp all the way from that side to the town hall, and it will work. Let's see. A couple of Teslas on this side, of course, no problem. We're going to send in the miners and the hogs into the base, right? The king did a really good job. As you can see, provided a nice funnel for us. Everything is in. There is our blimp. We're going in. We're going to use the grand warden ability early. Why? Because we want to survive those initial eagle artillery shots, the 2 wizard towers, and etc. Now we want to survive those. We also want to make sure that we cover our blimp as it's floating by, right? So that's why you want to use the grand warden ability. You don't care about the town hall because you're not engaging it with your miners and the hogs. That's for the yeti and etc. And that's why he threw the rage, as you notice, real deep into the town hall. Those yetis and the yetis and the Valk or whatever that are in there, they're gonna, under rage, they're gonna be able to blast through that section. So let's take a look. The miners and the hogs are still going in the base. We got both of the scatter shots down at this point. Really nice job. If you notice, If you notice, the Yeti didn't make it all the way into the town hall compartment. They got right before, that's where the blimp dropped and died, but it did not matter. Even though they didn't make it into the compartment, they still were able to chew through the wall, and the Yeti mines took down that town hall, which was nicely done. Now we have the miners and the royal champion, a couple of loons right here on the side to make sure that section is cleaned up, and our queen went against enemy queen and king and is still pushing through the base, making sure that we're cleaned up on that side. As you can see, at this point in time, there are not many defenses left. We have some miners coming in from the western with a few wizards, like 3 or 4 wizards. We have the Grand Warden behind them. The royal champion, she's doing work, cleaning up on top, and the queen's still pushing through the base, the heart of it. She walked right up top, and there's really nothing left. Gonna be able to triple this base. As you can see, iTzu's world top 3 base right here crushed, destroyed, tripled. It is tripled, as you can see right here, which means that it is destroyed by Cam. A really nice job, but that's exactly how you can do it as well. If you follow this strategy and understand exactly what we just talked about, where you have to create a runway, right, where you have to basically take out one side of the base and clean it up, and then take out the other side of the base and create that nice centered runway that I was telling you about, and send everything in. Nice and easy, really, if you start looking at it this way. If you look at the base this way, if you look at this attack and you're like, I can do this, it's really not that hard to deploy and execute. You totally can destroy this base that exact same way. We ran this attack multiple times. This is not just one time a lucky type of thing. It does work, and it will work for you as well. Please let me know in the comments what you think about it. I really like this. I like this type of thing. It's a really good base, but it's very, very nice. I love attacking this type of base. It's really nice. It does test your funneling skills, but as long as you can execute with this attack, you can triple. So if you are going to be facing this base in war, or in Legends, or in Clan War Leagues, this video right here should help you be able to triple it. Ladies and gentlemen, we just watched a really awesome attack. That's right, the Queen Walk Miner Hog hybrid attack that a lot of Town Hall 13s use, and we just watched how you can triple iTzu's base with it. That's right, iTzu's base that he came out with just a little while ago, a new base that basically held his number 3 world's 3rd best spot in the Clan War Leagues, right? Or should I say in trophy pushing, in Legends. He got all the way to number 3 with this base. It's a very, very strong one, but today we broke it down, give you all the tips you need in order to try to triple this base when it comes across your way. Make sure to share this base with this video with your clanmates, because they may come across it as well, so it would be good for them to know how to do it. This is a very good attack. We can learn a lot from it, and it's something that's a starting point for you if you're going to be coming across this base in war and etc. Again, if you want the link to the base, it is contained in iTzu's video. You should definitely go check that out. It's the exact link I used for this base right here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. I hope that you can triple this base if you come across it, like I said, in War, Legends, or Clan War Leagues. While you're here, check out this video right here. This is a very cool one, and I'll see you there.